Hey everyone, and welcome to today's video. Now today is going to be a little bit different. I actually wanted to talk to you guys about something that I've been debating about whether or not to do a video on this for a long time now. So it's kind of been like a bit of a battle with myself, like do I post it and do I not? Do I actually do it or do I not? But I've kind of got to the point where I've just thought, you know what, if I can help somebody, like just at least one person with my story, then it's worth posting, even if I don't get like an amazing response from it, which is not obviously what I'm expecting. I just want to be really honest with you guys because that's always who I've been and what my channel has been about for me. So I'm going to probably talk to you guys about a few kind of different life issues that I've maybe been with over the next sort of few weeks. And so if you want to kind of see more of that, then please pop your kind of supportive comments below in the comments box, because that would mean the absolute world to me, because this is really tough. I hope you guys understand, for me to talk about. So it would mean a lot to me if you guys could support me, and of course if you haven't done already, then please subscribe to my channel, because that would mean the absolute world to me as well. I just want to try and talk about issues that matter to me, as well as talking about all the fun beauty stuff as well. So this is really difficult for me because I actually haven't really even talked to my family about this. They know little bits, but it's something that's really close to my heart, and I feel like a lot of people are suffering with this as a problem at the moment, and will continue to, and don't really feel like they can do a lot about it. So I wanted to share my story with you guys. My story is about domestic violence and how I kind of came through that. So I'm not going to mention any names, obviously, but I'm talking not too long ago. I was in a relationship with somebody, and it was really difficult because I've always been quite a strong, independent person, which a lot of people might not like, some people might like, I don't know. That's just who I am. And basically this guy that I was with started to kind of make me feel really bad about myself, and started to become really controlling, but not in ways that I even realised at first. It would just be like, oh, that doesn't look that good on you, maybe you should wear something else, or maybe you shouldn't see that person today, maybe you should spend time with me. And I just thought they were being nice and like, oh, you know, they're being really sweet, they want to spend time with me. But it got to a point where it got really bad, and they got so controlling over me. They even went off to university, and you know, we didn't spend a lot of time together, but even still, they were checking up on me constantly. They were, when I didn't realise, but when I was at home and later found out when we were together, that he was going through my phone all the time. I'd never given him a reason not to trust me, but he just didn't obviously seem to. I don't know whether he had previous issues, I'm not sure, but he just kind of, I don't know, took a really weird turn, and for me that was really difficult because I've been used to this really bubbly, fun person. But anyway, it got to the point where he used to make me really upset about things, and he used to get, you know, say stuff about like my weight, because I was quite a lot bigger then, and it just got to the point where I got really upset. So then he'd of course apologise and be like, I'm so sorry, I didn't mean to hurt your feelings, you know, you're the love of my life, blah blah. And of course I bought it all, and I was like, yeah, this guy's amazing. What I didn't realise though was that he was actually putting stuff in place that almost made me like not resent my friends and family, but he was almost trying to make out like they weren't good enough and they weren't looking after me, and he was the only person that would be able to do that, which I stupidly believed at the time because I was so in love with him. Things then took a turn, so I could kind of, you know, deal with that to a certain extent. I'm not saying, you know, domestic violence isn't just physical. A lot of it can be emotional as well, and that's what you have to remember. But I remember this one night, and he came to my flat where I was living at the time, and he basically, we had a bit of an argument. He thought I'd been seeing somebody and I hadn't, and he would try to go through my phone, which I tried to then grab off him, which I know made me look kind of guilty, but I was more upset that he didn't trust me. And I remember it being quite a nice phone at the time, and I was really upset because he basically grabbed it and smashed it against a wall. He basically launched it across the room and smashed it against a wall because he was so angry. He wiped all of the stuff off my chest of drawers. I had all these photos of me and my family and me and my friends, and he basically wiped all that stuff and my jewellery and everything off, and it crashed to the floor and smashed a load of stuff. And I got really upset and told him to leave, and stupidly told him, I was like, I'm going to call the police, because I was panicking. And he was like, how are you going to do that? You don't even have a phone. I've just smashed your phone up. So I was like, oh God. No one was around. I was there on my own. My sister was at uni at the time, so it was really difficult. And anyway, then that's when things took a turn for the worse. So I basically tried to get past him to leave, because I thought I want to get away from this situation. And that's when he became really violent. So he actually, it's really weird to talk about this, I'm really sorry. I'm trying to hold it together. So he basically whacked me across my face and then pinned me up against my shoulders, with my shoulders up against my door, and called me all the names under the sun, said I wasn't going anywhere, I was an effing slag and all the rest of it. And that I was going to be nothing without him, and that I needed him in my life, and I would be stupid to walk away from him. And I remember just bursting into tears, and then in that split second it was like he just changed, and he was like, what, oh my gosh, what am I doing? I'm so sorry, I didn't mean to do that. And he just apologised for everything. And I kind of felt so panicked, because I thought I didn't know what he was capable of doing, that I was like, it's okay, it's fine, don't worry about it. But at the time I remember feeling so afraid of him. And then he basically, his answer to that was then that we should be intimate together, which was honestly one of the hardest things I've ever had to do, because I kind of felt like I'd been so betrayed by him, but I was also so scared of him. It was a really difficult day for me, and I felt like I really couldn't talk to anybody about it. And I just thought, you know what, I'll just see how it goes. And I stupidly didn't walk away from him then. So things kind of got a little bit better after that, and he really started making an effort. He was sending me like these love CDs through the post, and he was like, if I could sing a song to you, then it would be these, and I'm so sorry for what happened. And we started to kind of rebuild stuff again, until we were at his house one day, and he again just out of nowhere snapped, because I basically talked about the fact that I wanted to go on a trip with my family to America, and he had a massive issue with that. I don't know why, but he basically told me that I couldn't go, which caused a massive rift between me and my family. But what I didn't tell my family at the time was that he used to do a lot of martial arts, and he had these things called nunchucks in his room. So they're basically like pretty hardcore, made out of wood, and they've got like this chain in between them. And I remember getting into a massive argument with him, and I said I'm going. And I tried to leave the door and basically, leave and go out the door, and basically he had them on the side, and as I turned to leave, he basically whacked me with these nunchucks on my shoulder blade. It caught me right on my shoulder blade, and it was, sorry, I'm getting really emotional. It was the most painful thing I've ever experienced in my life, because I never expected somebody to do that. It just kind of felt like it just came out of nowhere, and I didn't understand why he was doing that to me. It was just horrible. It was just the most awful experience, and I'm so sorry, I'm just trying not to make my makeup run. And again, I felt really alone, because I couldn't tell my family what was going on, because they were upset with me, because they thought I was siding with him just because I was just being annoying or whatever, and was trying to pass up this amazing trip to America. And actually that wasn't the case at all, and it was one of the hardest decisions of my life. So that was another example. There was a lot of stuff that happened that kind of went on over the next few months. He scolded me with something in the kitchen, and I've still got a scar today. It was with an iron, and I've still got it, a scar on my arm today. I basically just kind of kept it to myself, stupidly, over the years, and I never talked about it, because I went along with it for so long thinking that he would change, and he never ever did. And we were so young that I was just so naive, and I guess I was going through a lot at the time, because my parents had just got divorced, and well, they'd been divorced for a while, but things were changing in my family, and things were just really tough. So I kind of felt like I needed him, but I actually didn't. I finally got the courage to leave him, and I remember he turned up at my best friend's house, and he turned up at my friend's house also in London as well. In fact, I think it was my sister's house in London, asking where I was, who I was with. He wouldn't leave me alone for months, and I'm talking months. But I just had to get away from him. I knew that I couldn't be in that horrendous environment any longer. It wasn't healthy for me, and it wasn't healthy for him. And I needed to just get the hell away from him, so I did. I don't have anything to do with him anymore. I literally changed my phone number. I moved kind of a bunch of times so he wouldn't be able to find me. I mean, we moved anyway, but it just helped that we weren't in the place that he knew we were. And I just tried to move on from it, and I tried to become a strong person from it. And I've taken my experience and I've tried to use it to help me now in terms of relationships recently. And I've tried to make sure that I would never get myself in that situation again, and just to look for the little signs that I didn't realise before. And I guess that's what I'm trying to say to you guys, is that if any of you are going through anything similar, or you're going through the first stages, or someone is emotionally bullying you to the point where you feel really rubbish about yourself, my biggest advice would be, don't keep it to yourself, don't hold it up inside, because there is nothing worse than doing that. You need to talk to people about it. If you have family, if you have friends, enough that you could trust to talk to about this situation. I mean, luckily I wasn't living with this guy, but if you're living with somebody, I can only imagine that is even harder to get away from. And if you have children involved, I understand it is so difficult. Believe me, it took all of my strength to leave this guy, and I wasn't even living with him. So I do understand how difficult it is. But I just wanted to share my story, just to kind of say, I'm here for you guys as well. If anyone is going through anything like this, I can give you people to talk to, or you can just talk to me. And all of my details are in the down bar below, so you can get at me any way you want, private message me, email me, whatever you need to do. If you are going through something like this and you feel like you need help, and you feel like maybe you can't talk to anybody else, I get it, and I've been there and I've come through it as well. And I dread to think if I had stayed in that relationship, what would have happened and how much worse it would have got. So I just wanted to say to you guys, if you feel like you're in this situation, or maybe your friends have noticed stuff and you haven't noticed it, I don't know, maybe this will help you just to kind of step back and think, this isn't okay. You deserve so much better than that. And equally, even if you aren't going through anything at the moment, this could happen to you in the future, or to one of your friends or family. So if I just kind of helped one person by doing this video and sharing my experience, then that is all I wanted to do. I just wanted to be honest with you guys, so I really hope that's okay. I don't really know how to end this. Anyway, thank you so much for listening, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye guys. Oh yeah, you're going to get a massive reflection, so I'm just going to go there. Oh yes. These are my Tom Cruise called, he wants his shades back, shades. Love those. That's what someone genuinely said to me once. I was like,